Hi seamstress, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we shall be learning how to draft a pattern for this gorgeous dress. What you shall learn in this video is the ultimate slash and spread method to create a paneled dress. You shall also learn how to contour the shoulder area of a dress and how to add fullness to the bust area of a dress. Without so much talk, let's get started. So this here is our basic dress block. And next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and contour the shoulder area of our dress. To contour the shoulder area of our dress, the next thing we're going to do is just to go ahead and measure our shoulder. Whatever our measurement is, we divide it by 2 and mark. Now at this point here, we'll draw a line. I'm going to continue with my pencil that goes towards the bust point, which is this. So at this straight line here, we're going to measure 1/4 of an inch. That's from the tip of our shoulder here. So on this line, we're going to measure 1/4 of an inch. This is a contour guideline by Helen Armstrong. So you measure 1/4 of an inch on this line. I have gone ahead and crossed it like this for ease of identification. We're then going to use our ruler to draw a line that connects this part of our shoulder to this mark here and this part of our shoulder to this mark here. So we'll do something like this. And here we have successfully contoured the neckline. We'll trim off this because we don't need it. The reason why you do this is so that the shoulder area is going to be tight. It's going to pull in the excess and fit in perfectly. You're not going to have drips around this area, neither would you have it around your bust. It's going to fit in perfectly. So from this point here, we're just going to go ahead and create our neckline. Our neckline is going to come and touch this particular line here. So to create our neckline, we're going to identify our bust line, which is this. And then we'll measure from our bust line, say 3 inches from our bust line like this. This 3 inches is your bust radius. That is when you subtract your shoulder to bust measurement from your shoulder to under bust measurement. Whatever you get is your contour guideline, and that is exactly what you're going to apply here. For size 8 to 18, it is 3 inches. So from the bust line here, we're just going to go ahead and measure our 3 inches like this. So next thing, we'll go ahead and create a very good curve around this area. Perfect. I'll then go in with my marker to make it bold. So we're just going to go ahead and measure from the center front to this that point here. And whatever we have, we go ahead and apply it to the hem of our pattern. So to transfer the start from this bust area here to the shoulder area, as usual, we've done this severally, so I'm just going to go ahead and rush the video. Then go ahead we'll then continue slashing this line like this completely. I'll then go ahead and label my pieces. This is 1 and this here is 2. This is our waistline. I'll write W here. This is waist, and then here I'm just going to go ahead and write B, which indicates our bust line. So now we're going to go ahead and work with 1. Set B2 aside and work with 1. To create the fullness and gathers around the bust area, I'm just going to go ahead and create slash lines. To do that, I would just place my ruler like this and create star lines. The slash lines, as you would notice, are straight and start from somewhere around the bust line. So here they are. I'll slash them later. Next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and measure from the center front here to this end here. Whatever I get, I'm going to go on and divide it into 2. Now using my ruler, I'll go on and create a straight line. Like this. I'll then go ahead and slash this line with this. When I get to the waist, I'm going to slash some more towards the side here. So I have gone ahead and slashed the line that we initially drew, and now I have also gone ahead to slash this part of my pattern. Next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and slash this other lines here to enable us create the fullness around the bust area. When slashing, be careful not to slash off completely, but ensure that you slash as close as you can to the center front line. The next thing I'm going to do is now to go ahead and spread. So this is my brown paper that I'm going to use to slash. I'm just going to go ahead now and draw a guideline. I'll then go in and place our pattern like this. Let's start from somewhere here. This, and then begin to spread from the lower part here upwards. From here, I'm just going to go ahead and spread it half an inch wide. Just half an inch. If you notice, there isn't so much bulk around the bust area, it's just sufficient to create gathers. So half an inch, and then you go ahead and spread another half an inch. Remember, this is just for the purpose of illustration, but when drafting your own pattern, ensure that you measure it, please. It shouldn't be more than an inch. And from the previous videos I have already shared, you already know how to go about spreading. We're done with this part. Next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and spread the lower part of our dress, which is this part. Now to do that, sometimes I just go ahead and spread by, say, 1 inch or 1.5 inch. And when I say 1 inch or 1.5 inch, this is what I mean. For my waist area here, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this one down like this by 1 inch or 1.5 inch. If I'm working with 1 inch, this is sufficient. If I'm working with 1.5 inch, I will then go lower like this until I am at 1.5 inch. The reason why I do this is just to create fullness to the lower part. So this is okay. And I'm going to go ahead and hold it down with a tip. and we're done with this. We're now going to make sure that everything fits perfectly. As you can see from around this place is no longer straight like it was before. So we're going to go ahead and straighten it by just redrawing our center front line again. And it is the reason why I created this guideline. Then go on and trim off the excess. And there you have it. We have a new center front line. I'll then go on, hold everything down with tape properly and trim off the excess. I have gone ahead and trimmed off the excess, and this is what we have. So we're done with this part of our pattern. Next is to go ahead and work on this part here. We're going to do the same thing, just take a measurement from this part here to the side line here and go ahead to slash. Slash this, we're going to slash to the end of this line here to the waist point. We'll slash towards this side and we'll slash towards this side. But in all cases, we're not going to cut off the paper entirely. This is what we have on this side, and this is what we have on this other side. So the next thing we're going to do is to spread them on our paper. So here I've placed my pattern piece on a piece of paper, brown paper. Remember how I slashed and spread the first part, which is 1? I'm going to do the exact same thing to this one. I'm going to measure to the particular distance I want it, between 1 and 1.5 inch. I will then go ahead and hold it down with a tip. I'll do the same thing to this other side. Unlike the first one I did, which is 1, where I spread only one side, and 2 I am spreading both sides. This is because with 1 we have a center front, and the center front is not flared, it's straight. And because we want it to remain straight, we didn't slash the front line. So now that I have gone ahead and done this, I'm just going to go ahead and hold it down with a tape permanently and then trim off the excess. For the lower part here, I'm just going to go ahead and use a curve to blend this area. Now I'll continue with trimming off the excess. So here are our pattern pieces. As you can see, the center front has been completely spread and the excess taken out, and this is what it looks like. At this point here, you create gathers and you fit the gathers into the side panel. But before you create the gathers, ensure that you notch your fabric at this point here. That's the bust line. You do the same thing for the side panel and the center front panel. This is so when you are putting everything together and you create gathers, you'll be able to fit them in perfectly. To create the gathers, you stitch from the bust line towards the end of it, and then with a running stitch, next thing you do is you go ahead and pull it to fit into the bust area of the side panel. When cutting your pattern on your fabric, ensure that you add allowance to it. And this brings us to the end of this tutorial. See you in the next video. Bye.